Morning, everybody. Welcome to Angeles Crest. Beautiful day for a drive. The scraper plow just went by, and we got a nice clean road. This is Scott. Thank you so much for sharing your Evo. I see Scott up on Mulholland from time to time, and I know this car. And we've already done a similar car. I've done the Evo X SE at the Grid Life Festival. We did it on the track in the wet, and so although this car has some similar modifications, I figured the conditions were sufficiently different that we could do it again. So what's been done with this guy, Scott?
My main goal with this car was to keep it smog legal. Because out here in California, highway patrol cops just love to pop everybody.
One less headache.
One less headache. Yeah. I've done AEM intake. I've done road race custom catback exhaust, and I've had road race tune it. And I'm pushing 322 to the wheels, all-wheel horsepower, 314 foot-pounds of torque.
On pump gas.
On pump gas. Yeah. That was my main thing. And I have it lowered on H&R springs. And in addition, I have Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires.
All right. So you've covered the basics.
Covered the basics.
All right, cool. Well, let's go for a drive and see how this is. What year is this one?
This is a 2010 Evo 10.
Yeah. Clutch is soft, like not broken soft, but it's just like it doesn't have like a defined grab point to me. Does it? Do you get that as well, or not really?
It feels nice and soft, feels comfortable to me. It doesn't feel overly heavy.
Well, this is your everyday car, right?
If you want to call it that. I've got a couple different cars I get to choose from to drive around.
What else you got?
I just picked up a Nissan Frontier 4-wheel drive.
Okay. The utility vehicle / off-road vehicle.
Right, another fun vehicle to have.
So these cars are, you're paying for the drivetrain.
Paying for the drivetrain.
And the Recaro seats.
Correct.
That's pretty much where all of your 30 some odd grand or 20 some odd grand goes. And the rest of it is sort of, Mitsubishi interior.
Right.
But the drivetrains are pretty impressive in these things. If you were to give me 15 minutes on a racetrack with any car I wanted at any price, an Evo would be high in the running for cars I'd like to kick the shit out of and then give back.
Right. It's a super easy car to drive on the track. I've taken it up to Streets of Willow, raced up there. I autocross this once a month.
Okay.
And I think I have to go back. I actually said this is a 2010, but it's actually a 2013.
Really?
Yes.
You forgot the year of your own car.
I forgot the year of my own car.
You crumbled under the pressure.
I know. YouTube people just make fun of me right now.
I don't know about you, Scott. You may fold under questioning. Oh, man. Great steering right there. Good grip. Here's the power. Yeah. Fun but manageable.
Yeah.
It's got enough power where you don't need to use full throttle, but it's you don't need to use full throttle, but if you do use full throttle, it's not going to jump out and bite you. This thing is fun.
Oh, it's a blast to drive in the canyons.
Yeah. The Evo shifters are really good too. They're what are your thoughts on, do you wish this had a 6th gear, or are you happy with the 5-speed?
It would be nice to have a 6th gear because the gears are really short in this.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't buy it for the gas mileage, but it would help out a little bit on gas mileage.
Yeah. I hear every time I drive a 5-speed Evo and I say, I wish it had a 6-speed, mostly with the older ones.
Correct.
A lot of people pull out the 6-speed and put in the 5-speed. They say it's stronger and lighter.
Actually, from what I've read, the 6-speed on the previous generation is not as strong as a 5-speed.
That's what I'm told. I haven't personally experienced it, but actually that's a lie. I totally have. The big power Evos I've driven have all been 5-speeds. This one, your exhaust isn't it's not super loud and buzzy.
No,
pretty mild.
My main thing, that's what I wanted. My goal in the car, I wanted a stealth-looking car, somewhat of a stealth sounding car. I didn't want the high spoiler.
No wing.
I wanted a small little
everything black.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, it pulls really good though.
You even have the AC on. Turn the AC off.
I even have all right, you want to turn the AC off? I was valuing comfort over outright performance. Shame on me. But this is a great car for this road because it's got a good mix of tight corners and open ones. But these cars, like, they're just really confidence-inspiring. You can go quick everywhere.
A buddy of mine tells me they're cheater cars at the track.
I've heard that before. Yeah. You got to look out, if you're at a track day, you got to look out for, like, the old white guy in the stock Evo. That guy's going to be the fastest guy there.
Are you calling me old?
Just saying, man. The baldness, I know how it is. The baldness, it makes us look either older or younger, depending on how much gray hair is underneath there.
We start balding out, we get a...
I know, you got to commit to it. God, this thing is fun. It rides really good. Although this is a good section of road. How is it like in the city? Is it rough or is it all right?
It's all right. It's no complaints.
Okay. It is geared like really short though.
It is.
Yeah. Like I was for a second there, and I'm not gonna get too close to this truck. We'll flip around so we're not following him. For a second there, I was amazed because I don't want to say the speed, but let's just say it rhymes with Fady Hive, and I was like in fifth, you know. Whereas I just drove an Impala, a 2002 Impala, which will do 93 miles an hour in second gear.
I'm not making any comments on that one,
which is crazy. We'll keep going because it gets nicey nice up here towards Newcomb's Ranch. Do you find that this car is much affected by altitude or not really?
You can definitely tell.
Yeah.
When it gets hotter out, you can definitely tell it affects the turbo.
We're up pretty high right now. I would say we're 4,500 feet maybe.
Oh yeah, definitely affects performance.
Yeah. But the brakes, the very tight brake pedal, you said original Brembo hardware, but you weren't sure about the pads because that was what came on it when you bought it, right?
Correct. I bought it used it was from a Mitsubishi dealership, a very reputable dealership, and I haven't checked what brake pads are on there. But I definitely
they're working.
They're working great. I definitely do want to upgrade the pads and rotors.
I mean, you're an experienced driver, so you know what works and what doesn't work at the track.
Correct.
You said you've had a Vet, an S2000.
I've had a C5Z06 Vet. I went from there. I had that for a few years. Great car, great handling car. Went to an S2000 after that. Had that for about 6 months. Not really. No, we come up here for lunch.
Quick plug, yeah, for Newcomb's Ranch. If you find
Ranch.
yourself on Angeles Crest, Fred is the homie over at Newcomb's Ranch. Great food.
Amazing food, amazing service.
Wow, it really gets above 5,500.
Bring it up to $7,000.
Seven. That was where I just was. Here we go. 7 G's. Yeah, it goes, sir.
And for my dyno tune, it shows from 6,500 to $7,000. I lose approximately 20 horsepower of the wheels. But when you're actually
from peak to red line, you drop 20.
Correct.
Okay.
But when you're driving it, it's weird. From 6,500 to $7,000, it feels like it jumps really quick.
Yeah, it really feels like it has good power up top. I mean, if the dyno says you're losing that power, then the dyno's not lying. But from the driver's seat, I agree with you, where it actually feels like it's making more. And
in stock form, this thing actually, right around 5,500, it'll start to flatten out, power-wise.
It's a pretty, road race engineering is very well known in Southern California. I've driven a few cars that were modified by them, and they do a pretty good job, I've heard.
Amazing job.
Yeah.
I trust them completely with my cars.
Do they still have that Fast and Furious Evo sitting down there?
I did not see that there.
I went down there once, and they had that green Evo 7 sitting in the showroom. This thing is so much fun, and you can find the limit at this car easily, quickly. How does it do at autocross? Well,
does amazing at autocross. All I really need is stickier tires to keep up with the top guys.
They're all running Hoosiers.
So they're running our compound tires, and there's some really fast cars there.
When you're doing autocross, are you mostly in second gear or first? Do you go to first?
Obviously start off in first, and then I'll go to second. Very rarely I'll go to third because the track setup, it changes every month.
Yeah. But it's not really fast enough to get to third?
By the time you're shifting to third, you're going to drop it back down to second.
So you can either run the red line for a second or do 2 shifts.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
these cars, God, I mean, I hate to say it's a good, don't take this the wrong way, it's a really good, like, first fast car. You know what I mean? You disagree?
I disagree with that because, like I said, it's a cheater car. It makes everything so much easier at the track. And if you were to go from a real easy driving car and then you go into something that's later on a little bit more difficult, you might have issues at the track.
I can feel you on that one. So because it's sort of like a little mini GTR, and it's so capable that it can mask your flaws as a driver. It can fix your mistakes, whereas something like a Vet will not really do that.
In the Vet, if you get a little too much power, you're going around the corner, you will spin out.
That's true. Okay, so now that I think about it, you're probably right. I think that if you want to get your skills up, you actually may want to start with something harder to drive.
Very correct.
That won't fix your mistakes for you. Okay, I'm with you on that. I will say, in my own defense, that some of the worst track driving I've ever seen. One incident comes to mind. If you watch, I did a video of an SRT Grand Cherokee at the track, and I have, within the same video, I have the same Evo driver spinning off the track twice.
Wow.
In one video. So it won't save everything.
No, it won't save everything. I admit I spun out on autocross. You push it a little too hard, and you pitch the ass end out a little bit, and then I was doing a hard left turn, pitch the ass end out, and then I was coming up to a real hard right turn, and it just whipped me around.
Well, we're running high altitude, it's warm out, and your temperature gauge is not moved a millimeter.
That's good to hear.
High RPM, and we're not going crazy fast, we're not going slow.
No.
But you can really get a flow going with it. You know, you do feel like you're one with the car.
Yes.
You know, the connection to the driver is really, really excellent in this thing. And do we want to wait for this fusion to clear, or focus to clear? Oh, you are just a gentleman among scholars, sir. I love proper canyon etiquette.
Of course.
It's great. And now he's back on his way. He lost about a half a second of time on his drive. This is one of my favorite sections in this whole road. Sorry for the cut there, people. Good visibility. I've done really big cuts there before. This is just such a great section of Angeles Crest. It's really like the connection between steering wheel and front wheels. It just goes right where you point it every time.
Super easy car to drive.
Yeah. Even in the wet. You know, when I drove the one on the wet track, it was not like I was being, Ken Block or anything, but it really, there was a lot of confidence there. And of course, it depends on your tires at that point, but it's got such good balance, and the way it shuffles power around is like money.
And tire pressure is a big thing on what I've noticed on this car.
Yeah.
If it'll understeer if you have the tire pressure a little too high up front. I like to keep the tire pressure right around 30 to 31 pounds up front.
Cold. Okay.
Yeah, I'm cold. And I keep 33 cold in the back pounds, just so I can get good enough grip and possibly at the track get it to the ass end to come out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of oversteer in one of these. Is that, do you find that's the fastest way around, is a little bit of oversteer?
I'm not a professional driver, so I have fun doing that.
Yeah, I agree with you. And with these all-wheel drive cars, a little bit loose in the back.
Yes.
Once you're confident enough to stay in the power, a little bit loose in the back is a good thing.
Oh yes.
Because you'll get on the throttle and it'll come right around. All right, this was great. I mean, it's sort of what I expected, but to drive it up here in these conditions, it's a beautifully balanced car. you know, once you're focused on the road and not the dashboard,
right?
You know, it's really, really fun. You can tell where your money is going for sure.
Oh yeah.
And you know, the Evo 9s are still, they're kind of expensive still. Have these settled to where it's cheaper than a 9 to get a 10 or no?
No. The 9s still hold their value.
Yeah.
Great platform car. The 10s, they're holding their value just mainly because now they're being discontinued.
Right. So it's like get one while you
get
can.
one while
kind
you
of
can.
Thing. You can still get CPO warranties on them too, I imagine, if you wanted to.
I'm sure you can. It doesn't
does
matter
Mitsubishi
because
have the resources to offer? I don't know, but I'll miss this car. I hope there's another version of it, and it's a really good drivetrain, and thank you very much, Scott.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you in the canyons.
Definitely.
Although the snake, they're shutting it down up there.
We went up there this past Sunday, and
was it like a funeral?
There was cars there. They weren't pushing it because there's about 3 or 4 CHP up there just hanging out.
I bet. Well, if you're on the snake, take it easy. Don't hit cyclists. Don't make it worse over there. But this beautiful road up here, I'll take it every time. Thanks, Scott, and thanks for letting me for driving your car, and of course, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.